Welcome to our wetland theme park build to celebrate the new DLC, test out Sandbox style challenge mode, well, challenge mode style Sandbox, and test out the island generator. We're going to call this park probably like Isla Humedal or something like that. Some sort of Spanish word for wetlands or swamp combined with Isla for the Five Death style naming vibe. This is the island we've cooked up. I've pushed the beaches way up because that gives us a little bit more side land here on the edges, and then I've just kind of played around with these sliders to get something I liked. I like these little like plateaus we have to build on here. We don't have these big mountains taking up too much space, but there's still a few to add to the vibe. And then a good amount of water, but I like tuned the water to remove a few lakes that were kind of weirdly placed. So yeah, I'll put a link to the island code in the description if I remember, and maybe I'll look at uploading like the empty one here so that if you want to play on this map, you can play on it that way too. I don't know. I suppose you can always just use the island code for that. Maybe it's not worth uploading the completely empty one. All right, let's get started. 2 hours from when I last talked to you. We're ready to go. We have a park built. Let's take a look at the overview. We've got all the basic park infrastructure put in here. We've got a starting paddock. We've got a hatchery. We've got a couple of viewing galleries, power, everything, you know, a growing park needs to start out. We've been going through the workshop, finding appropriate building pieces to fit the broken down bayou aesthetic that we're going for here. Pretty happy with the outcome. Not everything is like strictly wetlands. We've had to fill in a few gaps for some buildings that don't exist with like the strict like wood wetlands type vibe yet. And then I built a little landing pad here off of somebody else's park entrance. So this is not my design. Only this little bit here is, which took me forever. Yes, the plan is to upload this. Oh, I want more water here. The plan is to upload this to the workshop so that you at home can follow along and play your own run of the wetlands park here I've created. Please don't be weird. Okay. Water extended. No! That's what I didn't want to do. Welcome to that's your little look at the last 2 hours there. Okay. Yes. So, where was I? Yeah, so you can download this exact starting scenario and play out your own version of the wetlands island. I'll also upload like the final park that I make when we're done, of course, not yet because this is all it is so far. And yeah, we'll do that, I guess. There should be some sort of like link to that in the description, I suppose. I don't know exactly how all this works yet because this is the first time we've done this. So bear with me, but theoretically there's like a code or a name or a link or something in the description that leads you to this, maybe? I don't know. All right, drained a little bit of money for a fair starting position. Let's go get some scientists. We need 5 logistics for our first animal, which is Edmontosaurus. Logistics specialist 5. I'm taking him, right? Let's just make sure there's not a competitor. Yeah, no. Welcome to the... Dude, he's really good. 522 for 155? Give me him. Get in here. All right, we just go grab him. We're off to the races. All right. Okay, well, we got a narrative event, a cash influx. Local science advisory board wants the cash injection. I mean, we take the money. Like, what? They can't sabotage anything. We don't have animals. They're going to open a gate? I don't care. Open all my gates. You know what? I'll do it for you. There you go, saboteurs. I did it. Enjoy. I gotta close this or I'll forget it's open. I can't let the bit go on too long. Okay, and, well, there's our fossils coming in now. So even if there was a worry about economy ticking down from 2 mil to 1, that has alleviated it completely. Okay, so... let's go grab a genetics 3. Genetics 5. 58? That's really, really good. We still don't have enough welfare for the Edmono, but this is that's a problem to cross later. That's fine. I could also... No, I think we'll just hire a third person, honestly, at this point. I don't think there's any reason to, like, push down staff upgrades or something for that. Get out there, get me more bones. Alright, round 2. So, if we process this, that is 100% genome in precisely one more batch. I think I'm gonna do that. It only takes 2 minutes. Surely that's worth it.
Continue supporting dinosaurs. A noble goal deserves maximum focus.
Fire a scientist. Very funny. Expedition time is a pretty good immediate return. Break even's a lot more. We probably reach this with the Monosaurus. I think we take this. Because we don't really want to run another expedition immediately.
Our weather forecast has been updated.
Really?
Hurricane threat level
We are on heavy storms. So that is a thing. Alright, Monosaurus. Now, I had a plan for cosmetics. Here's what I want to do. Shut up, Monosaurus. I want us to pick... Oh, do we have access to males straight away? Hold on. I'm just curious. Quick check. Quick look at the research tree here. Because we want to keep an eye on some things when it comes to modding. Where would this be? Would this be under enclosures? Ground nest, land hatchery. Hurricane before any animals out. Yep. Were males here in campaign? Because I don't remember. Where else would it be? Ah, gene mod. Okay, so male dinosaur synthesis is unlocked by default in Sandbox, but it is a research node, which means we can mod this. We can make male dinosaurs unlock at like 3 stars or something, which I think is almost certainly something I do for difficulty settings, because I think that's a good idea. I think we put this at like 3 stars, or we put these at like 4 stars, so that breeding is like a late game thing or something. Or maybe these are also just 3 stars. They just unlock right after this. Because I think breeding immediately is crazy. Like, way too good. Alright. For this park build, though, we're not doing anything like that, of course. So we are getting males immediately, which is certainly a choice. So what I was saying is I want to do a specific male and female design for this park, and then when we have the eggs, the babies they have will be, randomized however the game randomizes them, because I want to get a feel for, like, if we do have particular designs for our males and females, how much does the game drift away from that in the second generation? So let's find a cool design we like here. The blue is pretty good. Why the orange on the tail, like the undercolor brown or whatever there, is kind of weird. I think I like this blue though, at least for the female. Maybe we just do some, maybe those. We get the blue stripes to combine with the blue on top. Breaks up that tail pattern a little bit. I think I like that. Let's do this. Let's favorite and favorite. And then for the male design, now we did Gambia. Okay, so yeah, the same thing with the tail. The green Monosaurus with the red head, the watermelon one. That one. We could do green. I kind of was thinking like the same base color for the two. So we could do green instead of blue. That also is a pretty good fit. What is the other green? That one's kind of a puke green. I like maybe that one more. That one's a little less saturated. And then maybe we change this pattern away from lethal baits here. Maybe the dark stripes on the rear flank there. And there's going to be a lot of this series. Like I want to take some more time to like play, you know. To tune stuff, to make it feel cool. Or do we want like the Calcarana to kind of blend the red maybe? This is Poolcrana. That would be that, which is kind of gross. What if we did do the Calco? Or should I keep... Oh, maybe we should keep the same. Because if we want to see how it changes as they crossbreed, if we have two patterns, that confuses it a little bit. If we have one pattern, that's much better. What is this? That's blue head? Okay, yeah, we can do the red head. We'll do that for both. So the female is this green and white one, and then the male is with the red head. We favorited these. Yeah, and then traits we could put in a little bit of lifespan. 1 pip, sure. All right, then we got 50 seconds. Let's grab a welfare. We need 5. Actually, what do we have here? We have 3. So faster research, not really my favored thing there. Faster incubation, that's much better than faster research, I feel like here. Plus she's 3 welfare faster incubation, so she's got the right skill to pair with the trait. 148's a little rough though. This one's 105 though, so it's not that much better. I could re-roll, but that's a commitment. Or the faster treatment, but that 145 is again pretty rough. I think we'll take the faster. Alright, that's our staff. 2 specialists and a faster. I'm curious. Oh, interesting. They had an announcement for staff hiring, which was surprising. Also, yeah, I was gonna say, where's this hurricane? Maybe it's not an actual hurricane. It's like an ambient thing. Tolerant, docile, long-lived, and a nocturnal. Theoretically speaking, if these traits do pass down, then I want the male to be trying to pass long-lived to the kids. Oh, which is relevant too. This is a chance for us to study this. Because if we got one long-lived animal off of a 25%, right? If we make that the male, then we can check his offspring. We can check his seed to see how many of them have long-lived to get a sense of whether or not it's worth like seasoning genes in to see if it like can kind of propagate over the generations and actually make a difference. Because like if this 25% here on the male doesn't actually matter that much, then that's a good thing to know, you know? Okay. I think I'm going to airlift these guys too so I can get them like over here specifically by these hatcheries. Yeah, there's the storm. I'm going to say. I guess I'll put in a shelter at this point. Which means I need to find a wetlands one. Malta, emergency with solar panel. Has anybody provided me with a wetland shelter? No wetland shelter. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Gotta pause. I'm going to go ahead and get immediately some research done so we can start digging up Hypsilophodon. And I think I was going to use one of those other animals there too, maybe. I'm waiting for the storm to end for the Edmontosauruses to actually release. We do have a landing platform, so we'll at least check out, you know, the release animations that way. We want to make sure these guys are immediately in view of the things we do have, so that we can start making money and get that contract for break even. So Hypsilophodon is, ouch, 364 is pretty rough. That's a little on the upside there. That's a little too much, maybe. Pachycephalosaurus is a wetland animal. I could do Ornithomimus. Oh yeah, Ornithomimus is only at the one site. Let's just do Ornitho. When will this storm end? There it is. Just complain about it. Oh, how did I do this? You do release via airlift and then you click on the thing? Yeah. Okay. Let's shut the shelter. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the wetland shelter I found. Oh, it's like boarded up. That's very funny, actually. Also... This won't go away, huh? Hate that. I hate that a lot. Huh. Well, whatever. Let's just never look at that again. It's fine. What was I actually going to do? Get a bathroom is what I was going to do. Okay, hook me up. Ah, wetland swamp themed bathroom. Oh yeah, that is exactly what a bathroom should look like in this park. I think we put this just right here, I think in the middle of everything. And then, of course, it deletes all the environment around it. And we have to go back to the cypress swamp brush and fill it back in. Because that is how the game works. Alright. And Monosaurus. I think you could carry that a little more stably. Like, you're rocking them back and forth. Like a meat grinder in there. It would be cool if we had like a Jurassic Park gate guard, like to manually raise it in park era. That'd be really cool. The trees are not well positioned. It's a good swamp vibe. Feels like we're really in a swamp.
Pleased to welcome an Edmontosaurus to the park.
The right scenery can have a profound effect on
All
an
right.
animal's well-being.
Fiber
Let's
and
see just
pasture.
how beneficial it can be to these animals.
So, brushland, taiga shrubland, and then the generic gross pastures. There's no, like, overlap. There's only tree plus swamp. There's no, like, swamp pasture, unfortunately. So maybe I try the brushland. We could do... Let's do this. Let's do the brushland, like, back here. Along the edge of the hill. A little bit. Maybe we do reduced intensity, increased radius. And we start to, like, thread it. Yeah, they'll expand. They'll find more wetland. We don't have to get this perfect right now, too. We can do a little bit heading along this way. And then some fiber mixed in here, too. Alright, let's let them spread out. Bog should be pasture plus wetland, was it? It wasn't flagged. Oh, conceptually? Conceptually, probably, yeah, I think I agree with that. I wonder if we can mod these. Because, like, right now, marsh and bog are just aesthetics, right? But if we were able to mod the values these add, we could make maybe one of these, like, pasture. I think I would like that, personally. I think that'd be more interesting. Alright, I'm gonna assume we are gonna be profitable here. So, we have wetland shops I have already prepared. Look at me, I'm ready to go. Let's see, do we want to, like... Oh, neat, they're like, they're raised. So, okay, let's just put one of these in. Ah, they could be raised if we put them, like, over water. I see. Okay. My park is not built in a way where I can do that. Unless I tried to do it like that. That's gonna... Can you even... Does it even work? Like, isn't this just gonna push it back? If I could have them overlap the edge of the cliff and actually have the little, like, pillars in the back show up, that would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, that doesn't work. I didn't think it would, but I started to get hopeful. What if we do advanced move? Collision, terrain smoothing, yeah, there's no option here. I think it just doesn't work, right? I think maybe it's not even intended to work. Maybe the decorative elements this is based off have those integrated into them, and that's kind of why they're there. Let's not cram these together too much. Let's leave a little bit of space, and maybe we can get some trees in between them. And we'll put this one like over here. All right, and then we can do, give me my brand new cypress brush and fill it all back in. That tree is just, no, not quite inside. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, green, yellow. Okay, so we do this, and then we just do this and this. Wait, no, green, yellow. I hate... It's so, like, the preview always updating for the thing you're hovering over does make it a little awkward. Like, this could use a tiny bit of refinement, I think. It's also, like, inconsistent, I think, in the way it responds to your mouse movement. Did I put the old one in there? I did. Fix it. We gotta fix it. Swamp. Give me swamp. Alright, one of these. See, now this went back to having nothing. Oh, because it's hovering over the green. You see what I mean? It's a little awkward. Swamp is a forest of wetland, a marsh is a shrubby wetland, and a bog is a peat wetland with acidic water, and a fen is a peat wetland with basic water. Yeah. I will probably approach, like, look at modding that at some point and just kind of approach it more in a see what we can do type of sense, and then maybe worry about tuning it to logic later. Can I even... That line is the actual demand. See, this should be two-tone. Having just a little dividing line, like, doesn't stand out as much. Oh, okay, and this is also what was throwing me as I was looking. I seen a little bit of red here, the sliver, and so that sliver to me mentally triggered like JWE2 shit of like, oh, I need this little bit currently, because I wasn't expecting to need a ton because we only have 4 animals, but we do. It's just the UI is at times, you know, non-obvious. Yeah. Yeah, because now those two are past the little tiny line, and everything is good. All right, anyway, there's that contract, and there's that expedition. Glorious. Our lovely big bird.
Career progression above all else, you know. You have a bright future ahead of you, but don't forget why you're doing it.
Okay, depleted for an Ithomimus, so he is donezo. Do I... We just got a contract done, so I could invest in Hypsy for 3rd. I think I'm willing to do this. Like, we know we're profitable because the contract completed. I might as well just do it. Photo eating, 1 medium drink, 1 star rating. We'll do that. We'll do the photo. And then let's maybe look at the nest research right away. 1 and 4. I can do the nests after I get the ornitho, maybe. That's 1 wet park. Okay, and monos are happy. And that's ornitho done. So yes, let's do this first. Then we do the ornitho synth, and then when we're hatching, we'll research nests. All right, the Amados are migrating this way for whatever reason. Is there any chance any of you are eating right now? Doesn't seem likely. Alright, fuck it. I can't seem to get all four properly in frame. Oh, there it is. Well. Ah, get in there, dude. You can do it. Is anybody gonna have a snack? Anybody feeling a little peckish? Yeah, we'll keep an eye on them, I guess. Maybe they already all ate. They're getting close. Some of them are getting close, at least. Alright, 1 minute. Alright, there's our current set of Hypsilophodon fossils. They're gonna sit until later. We are gonna go to the hatchery, get the Ornithomimus sorted out. So, for the Ornithos, we did just do a green animal. Let me mark that down. I want to make sure we kind of do an animal of every general color, because that feels good. Makes some difference, some different vibes. I could actually consider doing one of each different, like, skin color, like animals of different skin colors, but yeah, the picture stuff is probably, I mean, definitely easier with the helicopter. I grabbed the Jeep just because it was kind of there. Honestly, I still don't really, like, jump to the helicopters being useful in that way. Let's look at the male. The male is more distinctive. What color is calling to me for Ornitho? Maybe we should start with the neck and go from there. The pink-purple one is pretty distinctive. What if we had, like, a yellow and a black? It's not black enough. It's too green. Well, this one, yeah, this is probably the more black one. Why are there locked skins? Wait, were there? Wait, what the fuck are these? Wait, what is this? Good eye. I kind of just ignored this. This has to just be a bug. What the fuck? The Edmontosaurus didn't have this, right? Ornithomimus bug only? Weird. They're not different in any way, right? No, they're identical. Wait, are they? Because this one appears, they're in like a weird order. This is the same skin, but this is not mangrove. This is like this one or something? This one? I think it's that one. No, the side's different? What is happening here? Well, whatever. That's a mystery. Who knows? Okay, anyway, we were thinking, I was looking at yellow. Let's look at the pink. What color? I mean, it's kind of fitting. What about the blue neck? Sorry if this is not the content you're here for. I mean, I do like the blue, but the pink is like kind of super distinctive. What about Pilo on like a light skin? Nah. If I did Death Valley Papurana, the female would look like this. I think I'm going to do Death Valley Papu. Maybe. Do you think purple on black? We do Yukon? We can do Yukon. That's good too. Alright, 5, and if we do lifespan, 1 pip. 1 pip for almost free. Alright. And then while that is happening... No, after that happens. 10 seconds. Okay, so we get these dudes. Desired pop 6, we got 5. I don't think they'll be mad with 5. Long-lived humble. Ooh, you're my male. Like they will be mad, but I don't think they'll be critically mad. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we do you, and then we should be able to go here and do the nest now. Witch Doctor outfit for Nithomimus would be cute. Yeah, would be a vibe. It kind of has that, or at least the lady with the black and the white. That kind of feels a little bit like that. Oh, yeah, I don't think I highlighted. This is the Swamp Hotel I found online, which is certainly a vibe. I do like that it's perched on the cliff edge on the stilts. That's very swampy. I enjoy that. All right, releasing via airlift to the delivery sites. And our nest is ready. Let's get the nest in. Where are my boys? My monos are here. So there is a big lake here. The mangrove trees can go in the lake, which is nice. Oh, I like how the water kind of looks like it's draining into the lake there with the lighting. I feel like that's coincidence. That's like accidental, but it does look kind of nice. Medium nest. Do I have a medium swamp nest? Medium riverside. I mean, a riverside is kind of swamp-like. That's good enough. I'm not going to bother looking up a different one. And monosauruses are communal. Okay. Well, the communal nesting will work with the ornithos too. We could put it like right below the viewing gallery. Then it's kind of weird because it's like right under the cliff. It's not really like visible for the guests. Like they can't really look at it. If the nests are communal... Oh god, I have so many of these. Oh, I do have a swamp leaf nest. Maybe we should never repeat a nest anyway. If the nests are communal, I think it should not send you back to the menu when you put one in. Like, it should let you just continue placing stuff. You have an idea for the Dinokairos pen. Okay, good news. You probably have plenty of time to wait on and refine your idea, because I don't think it'll happen today. But I don't have any particular plan for the Dinokairos. I was probably just going to chuck it in this pen, so it is perfectly good that we could change up and do more with it. Maybe this nest is okay as another, like, if I want a different non-match nest to try and make these feel more organic. I mean, it doesn't feel very realistic because, okay, first off, it's like a floating log. Fixed it. I think there was like a rock here that didn't place because it was too close to the other nest, maybe? The level of like detail in these kind of clashes with like the lack of detail in the environment. Because it's just, you know, I put them in the middle of a grassland, essentially. We can put some fiber, maybe. Yeah, that'll help to, like, blend a little bit more. Okay. Sure. Make an island surrounded by deep water to put their nest on for the Dinokairos. That could be good. Prepare for chicken. Well, not, yeah, this is chicken, Dinokairos is duck. That works.
Ladies and gentlemen,
His wings were a little broken there on that release animation. Clipping into his body. That's okay. I still love you, Ornithomimus. Okay, let's get another batch right away because these guys are unhappy with me, and they will continue to be unhappy with me if I don't do something about it. We'll only hatch another male if it has the same or better trait, I think. And then let's see if we have more Hypsilophodon fossils. Okay, Hypsy is done in one. So that's at least something. Do we have anything else to dig up right now? Galley's still on my maybe list. Pachycephalosaurus? Sure. It's cheap enough. Yeah, let's do some Pachycephalosaur digs. I saw a number go down. Okay, but it's fine. Medical required. Okay, give me a medical scan. Get in there. That's a new threat to the livelihood of the park. And you guys maybe need, yeah, other different foods. Okay, but they've expanded over here where the monosaurs never went. So we'll do that there. We'll do some leaf down here by like the cliff side. And then we maybe scatter a little bit of leaf in some other areas near the cliff edge, which will look kind of natural. Okay, then double check the Edmontosaurs. This is interesting. I highly doubt that's actually traversable, but the territory thinks it is. So the territory probably doesn't operate under the same rules of like the locomotion of the animal does. Yeah, we've lost pasture, but that's not shocking to me. Maybe we do some brushland like here. Since that hatchery's there, it feels like it should be on a little more stable land anyway. Might as well. Might as well be where we put the stuff. Bit humble. So the one we had for a male was humble and long-lived, so these are going to be females. We need to finish this expedition, though, and check the medical situation.
We have a sick animal that requires immediate care. If this happened in the wild, it could be in real trouble. But here we can help.
Okay, I guess that was popping up because there was a new one that was ill. What? There we go. 4 and 5. So we still are waiting on that for a minute. While you're here, is anybody eating? Nope. How about over there? Anybody eating? Well, okay. We know what we gotta do. We gotta wait 30 seconds, so I might as well try to get this picture. That's kind of annoying. The distance doesn't really work. I can literally see the animals. Ridiculous. Eat! Idiots! Eat a food! One of you eat, please. Where'd that Hermano go? Oh well, we need to get the other stuff going here. Alright, yep, sell you, research tab, medical. We could make this big pen be Hell Creekish. We could. It fits the wetland vibe. conceptually too. This was shit. This was tuberculosis, right? I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Tuberculosis. And it's already, you know, Hell Creek, so that's kind of where we're going. And I was planning on putting the Hypsilophodons in a different pen anyway, so I can do that. That actually works out just fine. Why did they move? Hold on. Okay, nobody's moving now. Weird. Then we have the geneticist, so we can do fossils here. Sure. Okay. Somebody eat. I'm begging you. Why is your comfort 63%? What have you done? You've moved away from where I gave you the things you liked. Well, that's your problem. There is a big-ass lake here, which does limit a little bit what I can do with that. Wait, I think the alpha might have changed, because they do still have all this original territory. So, whatever. Alright. We need to get some other basic amenity stuff done. So, like, medium amenities, higher tier paths. I want to do attractions before we build the Hypsilophodon pen. So, let's get the Ornithomimus eggs first. Highest priority. 3 and 2. And then my geneticist can do more fossil prep. We can catch up on that. And then I got the medical team coming in to deal with the disease. We're going to put the Hypsilophodon pen like over here, I think, where these trees are. We're going to make it a petting zoo. And that's how we're going to sort of test the petting zoo, actually, because we think the petting zoo is complete rubbish. And I don't think that opinion's going to change, but we can at least, you know, give it a fair shake and try to use it to some capacity. Okay, well, that spread real fast through the Ornithomimosaurs once it hit them. Our inoculation's unlocked, I guess, so that's something. Okay, we need more guests for this. What about attractions? Dinosaur Encounter and Amphitheater are 3 and 100. I mean, I guess everything is like 2 and 100, 5 and 200, like whatever. Viewing platform wouldn't be bad to have. We can do that. Should I do that first, maybe? So we can put in some towers and make sure our visibility stays up with the bigger pen? Maybe. Oh, you need to... Oh, we never did staff. Yeah. Alright, staff center it is. Okay. Well, anyway. Is anybody eating over there? You're near plants. Panicking, running, panicking, panicking. Anybody over there eating? Turns out this eating contract was maybe bad. He's eating, I think, or drinking. Drinking on Ornitho. What's the Edmonto doing? Shit, where'd he go? I lost track of the big green bastard. It's in there somewhere. I legitimately, he's just completely camouflaged. I can't see him. Alright. Whatever. That contract's never going to complete. Oh, these have styles. Do you see that there? Interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome them.
Okay, thriving. Oh, I bet you we saw the humble one or whatever before. When we were looking at these. Okay, well, they've expanded this way some more. We can put in some more stuff on this island, kind of. How are both bad now? That's my question. Alright, well, that's fine. Good enough. I could always take out some of the water and make it better too. Can't breed, improve health. Okay, fair, I guess. Alright, next thing to do, we did the... Yeah, we need to rest. So let's get a staff center. Wetland staff center. Nice. I already found one. Just put it like right next to all this stuff. Then it ruins my precious vibe by messing up my carefully curated map texture. This one. Why is that like that? Why is it just like one patch of like different stuff? I know why some of this is different because I did mix some different wetland stuff in here. But why is it like this perfect spot of sand? Very weird. Huh. Well, whatever. Alright, let's rest up. And then welfare person. Maybe we have like another vaccine we can knock out. Nope. Shockingly cheap, all things considered. Well, nothing I can do. Alright. Oh, is Hypsilophodon considered an ornithomimosaur? Where do we even see an in-game designation for that? That's one of those things like we don't need to look this up ever because we generally know what the animals are, except for, you know, weird fellas like this. But they don't do a good job of telling like a noob like what kind of animal an animal is in terms of game like expectations, right? It's pretty unclear. They should have brought back the like the ornithopod thing. Or maybe the instant rest glitch was only challenge mode, which would be comedy. You could sort in the hatchery. Ah, yes, that probably does work. Filters. There's a small sort by genome, genus, appeal, family group. Okay. We'll just click there. Well, it's classing iguana and mutta as hadrosaurids. It's already wrong. Dinochirus and Dryosaurus, but not Hypsilophodon. It's a pachycephalosaurid. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be a pachycephalosaurid? Why is it there, of all places? Is it because the only other thing that's small like it is homalocephaly? Very funny. They even have a Therapsid category. Why do they have a Therapsid category for Lystrosaurus, but they can't be bothered to like not put Hypsilophodon in the Pachycephalosaurids? Very silly. There should be. They should bring back from JWE1 the whatever they called the ornithopod, the non-hadrosaur ornithopod category, because that used to be a thing. Because it used to be that Iguanodon, Mutta, and Ouranosaurus had their own feeder types in the Claire DLC. At least Psittaco and Proto are in here in the Ceratopsians with Micro. Was it Psittaco that was wrong before? I think it was, right? Well, anyway, Psittaco is considered a pachycephalosaur because it's also based off of homalocephaly. That makes some sense. We should do power at some point as well. Okay, contract time. We actually got the smile one. I mean, this is a freebie, right? Well, we might need the cooldown to happen, but it's still worth more than like the Pachy Genome one, so like I might as well do it. All right, egg check. We got 3 eggs coming there. No eggs in the other ones yet. Our scientists are back. So let's get that. I think that's worth processing. Yeah, especially because I'm going to do medium amenities, I think. Or do I do attractions first? I think I do attractions first. Because, we need to get, like, higher tier paths. Let's do this. Alright, 1 minute. Do we think they're all hanging out here specifically because the babies are coming? Like the whole herd is just kind of pacing back and forth? Because they definitely the parents come by, but I'm wondering because these are communal nesters. I wonder if that's why so many are lingering. Oh, well, we missed the actual hatchery animation, but we can watch it from this view. I mean, definitely that's why the dad's here, right? All right. Well, okay, let's look at the babies. So we got 10, 9, no wait, 10, 11, and 12. So number 12, resilient and fit. Number 11, humble, docile, social. Yeah, that's true. There is food by the nest. Definitely true. So this guy's incredible. So he got social, I think, entirely on his own, because none of these guys... I don't even know if social's in their genome. So there's definitely a chance for them to pick up all new genes, seemingly. I just don't know if any of this is influenced by, like, the parents' genes. Because I'm starting to feel like it isn't. I'm starting to feel like these are just random-ass traits. Which I don't like. I like the idea that it matters what genes the parents have. But it's really hard to tell if it actually does or not. What we could do sometime is a big science experiment where we have like 2 enclosures and we modify the 2 populations in very different ways with the parents. And then we let them breed a few generations. And then we do like some sort of statistical comparison between the genes expressed in the offspring. That could be a way to do it. in terms of cosmetics, so we have our main crew is Yukon. And then the babies are Salar, Yukon. So we only got one baby that changed base color. See, the skin selection, something there is a little bit based on the parents, it feels like. Maybe just a favoring of like the parents' options. Interesting. The Papurana is red on the juveniles because they have their own color palette, I guess. Or it's just inaccurate. But yeah, we got like essentially one special baby, color-wise, which is this one. Okay, and the herd is still happy. Alright. We said there was a storm coming in, right? I think so. I should try to get this picture maybe before then. Alright, we did the dinosaur encounter. Let's do medium amenity. Yeah, this is quick. We'll do this first, and then we do the expedition second. Actually, I do the expedition now because it's a one-pointer. That's fine. Alright, I'm gonna jump in the helicopter, try to get this picture done. We got 4 Monosaurus eggs coming next. So that's good. I think we're going to wrap the episode up here. Next time we'll focus on the Hypsilophodon enclosure and the petting zoo and all that. I think that's a good break point between episodes. Definitely sound off in the comments and let me know what you thought of the structure of this episode. Because it's really weird decorating a park in this game. Like, I don't know. I don't know if people would be curious to see like any of the searching for blueprints or anything like that, because it seems kind of like a waste of time from my mind, but yeah, I don't know. Just let me know what you think I should do for like the structure of how these episodes are done, because it doesn't lend itself to the same kind of like episode structure JWE3 did, I guess. Provide any feedback, whatever. That's the episode.